Welcome, Aquarius. This is the Divine Phoenix Rising Tarot, and I am Zachary. Thank you for being here with me today. This is your monthly read for the month of October, with specific advice around the solar eclipse on the 14th and the new moon also happening on the same day. So I know I'm getting this out a bit late into the month, but these are my first videos that I'm putting out, so I really appreciate your patience. And I felt it was important to get it out even though it was late, because this month is so dynamic and powerful with the energies that are going on with the eclipse and the new moon. So or not new moon, excuse me, the eclipse is in Libra, and Libra is all about relationships and partnerships. For Aquarius specifically, you're looking at being pushed outside of your comfort zone in some way. And for some of you, there might be travel happening, and for others, going back to school, a need to go back to school or learning something new is highlighted. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started here. I've got my Light Seer Tarot and my Witchy Tarot that I'll be using to do the read. But first, I'm going to start with these Oracle cards. This is the Starseed Oracle. And I'm going to pick just one card here, whatever feels right, and I'll read that to you. This is just going to be your overarching energy for the reading. So we have You Got the Love, Hadarian Energy, Codependency, and Boundaries. I'm going to read this for you here real quick. Remember how to spell. There we go. All right, so You Got the Love. The Hadarians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love who see love in all people and situations. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaried, independent, healthy relationships because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. The lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. They're here to learn how to love while in a separate body, to learn to love self first and then establish healthy relationships with others, to remember that the love they seek is already within them, that they truly do have the love all on their own. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It's common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level. Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive. Or perhaps there's a certain volatility to it and you're always unsure where you stand. This card is assigned to do a relationship review and see what energetic agreements you've made, consciously or unconsciously. To acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless, in which you don't feel like it's safe to relax and just be you. To assess if there's any place or inadequacy that you've used a relationship to soothe and cover up. Do you lose yourself in relationships? If so, how? How can you develop a deeper love for yourself? So right away, connecting that to the eclipse energy of pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone for some of you may be to be in a codependent relationship, or to feel like you always need to be in a relationship because that's where you need to be. Or maybe you are someone who is giving more than you're receiving because that's just what you're used to. You have the ability to do that, and so you do. So pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone in that regard is going to be really getting down to being honest with yourself on how you're approaching your relationships, because you deserve to be in a situation where the love is healthy. Love is a choice as well, but making the choice to be the person who is sacrificing more than the other constantly, because nothing's ever going to be, 50-50. I'm not saying that, but if you find yourself being the giver 80% of the time, then that's worth looking at. If you find yourself needing to be in a relationship all the time, and relationships are coming and going like crazy, you know, like iPhone models, that's worth taking a look at and seeing what dynamics are causing you to operate in that way. So we'll go ahead and get right on into this. I'm going to use my Witchy Tarot deck here to do the main reading, and then I'm going to clarify a few things at the end, the challenge, the good stuff for the month, clarifying the outcome, and then also what energy is blocked that needs to be cleared in order for you to achieve the best outcome. So we are asking for Aquarius today for the month of October and for the eclipse. What messages do we have, Spirit, for Aquarius? To start, you've got the Hermit. Crossing that, you have Judgment. Aquarius, Aquarius. The Age of Aquarius, Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is your time, Aquarius. You got Two of Cups. Five of Cups. Gemini had that in the same position last time. That's interesting. Page of Cups. So many cups. Eight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, the World, and Eight of Pentacles. In the bottom of the deck, you've got Two of Wands. And Two of Wands is, it's about making a choice to act in some way, but to make a plan. So this is, some of you are feeling afraid to make a plan, or nervous, that there's something about maybe even avoiding that for some reason. So let's look into this and see what we get, see what we've gotten. So the energy that you are emulating in this situation is the Hermit. And the Hermit is encouraging us to find solitude, or maybe not even necessarily isolation, but I think some of you are feeling isolated. To find solitary action so that we can go inside and examine what's up. She's closing, this is the High Priestess's laptop of knowledge. She's closing the knowledge to the outside world, or access to the outside world, because she is wanting to, or being called to go inside. So right away, this is telling me that there are some of you that are in a place of needing to do this, and some of you are already doing this. Maybe you're starting to examine what's going on the inside, because the outside is no longer making sense to you, or you're trying to make sense of the outside, and you're realizing that, you know, by the Hermetic principle, as above, so below, that there's something that's going on in your interior world that needs to be figured out in order to make more sense of your exterior world. Having that crossed by Judgment, Judgment is, it's not about judging other people, it's actually about judging yourself. And not judging, but in the vein of examining here, like the Hermit, it's asking you to be honest with yourself about you, there's an energy on this card also about releasing your true self, releasing yourself from, they're in these tombs here, and this angel is calling them up. This whole process is about allowing yourself to come up out of your grave, so to speak. What is causing you to feel dead inside? And that takes honesty. That takes introspection in order to be honest. So, right out the gate, for a lot of you Aquarians out there, and this isn't going to apply to everybody. This is a general read, but you're in a process right now of needing to go within, find the truth, and then to utilize that truth, to look yourself in the mirror and have the strength and courage to tell yourself what's up. With the Queen of Swords, this is something that you already know, or others may know about you or the situation as well. And the Queen of Swords is, again, about honesty and truth. She is like to a fault. She don't tell no lies. But she, although she's blunt and direct, she's not dispassionate. She's aware of the other factors going on in the situation, but she cuts to the quick. She cuts through the bullshit and to the truth. And so I think for some of you, most of you, all of you, there's a need to cut through the bullshit. Maybe you know that you need to do that. Or maybe there are people around you who know that you need to do that as well. I think I'm definitely getting that you know this. Yeah, you already know that this is something that you need to do. You probably already have been pushed outside of your comfort zone for a while here with that eclipse energy, and that's why you're feeling like you need to go within and figure out what's going on. Why are you so uncomfortable? And then needing to be clear with yourself and to be honest with yourself on what's going on. So something that you may not be aware of or is hidden but will become apparent is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups can symbolize, you know, the start of a new relationship, the meeting of someone new. But this could be romantic, it could be a friend, it could be a business situation as well. What I'm getting from this, though, is actually as you're going inside, you are meeting you. And this is a new relationship. You're being asked to come outside of your comfort zone so that you can meet you, the true you. So far, that's what all this is saying. To get to that point where you can take yourself out of the grave that you've been in, and to be honest with yourself, to be kind about it, but to no longer sugarcoat what's been going on. You're being asked to be radically honest. And the reason for that is you're needing to reconnect or connect for the first time even with your true self. So the energy that's coming into this situation, but that's also losing effect or losing ground, is the Five of Cups. And Five of Cups is disappointment. She has lost whatever was in these three cups, but still has two cups behind her. She's making the choice, though, to focus on these cups that have spilled. And it's not to clean them up. It's just, she's sad. And it's okay to be sad. It's okay even to feel disappointed about something. when we lose something, especially that really matters to us, that feels disappointing. But what we shouldn't do is stay in that energy. So, and this is waning, like I said, so that's good. Whatever situation you're coming from, or whatever's happened, has left you feeling really disappointed. And it's probably valid. But what this is asking you to do right now is to go inside and be honest with yourself on what's actually going on. Two of Wands there at the bottom too. Some of you are afraid of making the decision to make a plan on something. Maybe you have been applying to schools and you were sure you were going to get in somewhere, but didn't get approved or accepted. And so you're afraid to make a plan to keep going because that disappointment is really weighing on you right now. Maybe you're vying for a house, purchasing your first home or your dream home, and you were sure you were going to get approved, but you weren't. And so you're disappointed, and you're afraid to make a plan to keep going because you don't want to be disappointed again. And some of you, I mean, this could be related to work, could be related to a relationship or family. With so many cups going on here, it's definitely making me feel like there's a relationship for some of you, something going on with the relationship. So let's keep going. Page of Cups here. This is the energy that will soon be coming in, possibly coming in, or a possible future. We've got the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is, they're a lover. They're excited for new love. They're excited for new potential. And they're a bit naive. So I think what this is asking you to do is to don't sugarcoat things for yourself. This is important not to do. Don't be naive. Don't force yourself to be obtuse. But the Le Poisson here, the fish in her cup, symbolizes an idea that she has or something that she wants. And she has to do the work to make that happen, to pull that idea, to ground that into reality. And I think what this is saying to me, for some of you, is that in order to make whatever this idea is that you have or want a reality, there is some radical honesty that needs to happen with yourself. I think that you're maybe having a hard time finding or getting the things that you want right now because you're not operating as authentically as maybe you think you are. And this is asking you to examine that. Go in and meet that true you. It is time, Simba. And I think for some of you as well, this is symbolizing that there is another option for school, for work, for a home, for a relationship. Maybe there's that fear of making a plan because you think that this is it, and it's not. It's never it. There are so many realities and possibilities that exist side by side, always. Whatever you're living and experiencing right now is never it. And this is just a snapshot of a potential path that some of you are on or need to take or are taking. So take it as it resonates for you. This is something that you fear, or maybe you're having a hard time doing. We have the eight of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Not the Eight of Pentacles. This is the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from something, leaving something behind that's no longer working. It's no longer serving you. They have left all of these cups on the shore and are moving forward without the weight of them anymore. So this is something that is connected to whatever this disappointment is, whatever you're disappointed about. There is a fear of either needing to walk away from this, like with that Two of Wands, needing to make that choice to walk away from something, or you're afraid that is the only option. And I think for some of you, walking away is the best choice. And I think for some of you, it's not. That's something that only you are going to be able to figure out. That's why this is asking you to go inside and to cut the crap. Be honest with yourself. Do you need to walk away from something? Or are you just afraid of it? So this is where it's taking place, or what it has to do with being the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is the start of a new venture. Could be a job offer, could be a promotion, could be an offer on a house, an offer of a new way of how you engage with the physical realm. And that makes sense to me with what this is asking you to do. This is asking you to do the hardest work, to go inside and figure out where you've been keeping yourself in a position of rot, and to free yourself from that so that you can connect with your true self. So this may be, after getting to that point, figuring that out, you're going to interact with the world in a new way. You won't be the same person. So that's just telling me more strongly what I'm saying here. There's this need to figure out who you truly are, what you truly want, why you're doing what you're doing. Whether that is, a relationship, trying to move, get a new house, new job, something with family, really getting down to the nitty-gritty of why you are doing this. So many of us go through life never even thinking to ask why, just operating at this basal carnal level, being asleep. And this is asking you to wake up from that. You're being called to do that because it's not serving you and it's not serving anybody for you to be unaware of why you're reacting the way you're acting, you're taking the actions that you're taking, the reason why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And to be honest, that's miserable. You deserve to have more control over what is going on in your physical realm. So this is something that you're hoping for in the situation, or what you'd like out of the situation. You get the World. And the World is the end of the tarot here. It's the completion of a cycle. I'm getting, for most of you, there's pain. And you haven't known why, Maybe you've been on the journey of figuring it out, and maybe you haven't started yet. Either way, it's still asking you to go back inside to get to the bottom of that. And with the completion being in something that you're hoping for or wanting here, I think you want that to be done, and that makes sense. I want that to be done for you too. But in order to get there, you have to go back and figure out why that pain is even there, what that pain even is. You need to sit with that pain. You need to talk to that pain. You need to go through that pain again. I think a lot of you are avoiding it one way or another. Just like with the Hermit on here, maybe you're numbing it out with technology. Maybe you're doom scrolling too much. Maybe you're on Facebook too much. Maybe you're on YouTube too much. Maybe you're searching tarot for an answer here on YouTube. Maybe some of you are numbing it out through sex, through substances, through exercise, through TV, through your work. And this is just asking you to be honest with yourself. Put that aside and go inside and figure out what's actually going on. You deserve that. And the world deserves that too. You can, this is possible. This is there in the future. What you're hoping for, that end, the end to that pain, that is possible, but it requires some serious work from you. It's not going to just happen. And that's what I'm getting from the Page of Cups there too, that naivety, that it's just going to happen. But it ain't. Damn it. So your outcome here, where this is heading, you've got the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is all about hard work. Somebody who knows how to work and puts the work into effect, does the work. So what I'm getting from this very, very strongly is there is some inside work that needs to happen, and it's not easy. That is, I believe, the hardest thing that we as humans go through here is that work. And it's also the most rewarding and important. So it makes sense that it would be hard. And not everybody is willing to approach that, but you're not everybody. You're somebody who's willing to put in the work. You know that you can do it, and you know that you will do it. Just figuring out why you haven't been is important. And I'm not saying, some of you, I'm feeling, some of you are, this is such a time of awakening and illumination, and in the age of information the way that it is, I would bet, or I'd wager that some of you are already on this path. This is just encouraging you or letting you know that you're not there yet. And you need to be honest with yourself about that too. None of us are ever there. But for those of you that this message is for, this is telling you to strap those boots up. There's work to be done. Even if you've already done work, there's more. So I'm going to pull those four cards, like I said, for your challenge, for the good stuff, for the outcome clarification, and then what energy needs to be cleared that's been blocked in order for you to achieve the best outcome. Looking at challenge. So 7 of Wands as the challenge, 9 of Wands as your blessing or the good stuff. The Chariot is clarifying the outcome, and then 5 of Pentacles is the energy that needs to be cleared that's blocked. So as your challenge here, being the 7 of Wands, there is a need to defend yourself. What I'm getting from this is maybe some of you have been wanting to go inside, do this work, or maybe some of you have attempted, some of you have started, but you keep getting pulled away from really getting there for one reason or another. And your challenge right now is protecting that process, is defending that process for yourself so that you can get through there, get to the depths there. She's in this bubble, and yeah, you need to traverse the deep, deep ocean that is you. And maybe you keep trying to get down there, but you're running out of air. So maybe some of you need some professional help. And that's absolutely not a bad thing at all. Thank God it exists. It could be in the form of guided meditations. It could be a counselor. It could be, reaching out for support in some way, journaling for yourself. Defending your need or right to go through this process. That's your challenge here. The good stuff, your beneficial energy for this reading for the month, you've got the 9 of Wands. And the 9 of Wands is resilient AF. And they know it. So kind of like the 7 of Wands with the defending portion, this individual knows what they've built and they're actively protecting it because they've gone through what they've gone through and they know that they can. I would say a lot of you, that light, that passion is inside of you and you can feel that. Let that take you on this journey. Trust that. You can do it. You can do it. So tap into your inner resiliency. Clarifying the outcome here, we've got the Chariot. And the Chariot is can signify travel, fast forward movement. This could be something for some of you that moves quickly. Once you drop the facade, not really to others, but to yourself, whatever you're not being honest with yourself about, it may be hard work, but it may go quickly. And for some of you, it may not. I'm also getting the story with this card here, the 2 horses that are driving this chariot are not actually attached to the chariot. And that signifies the divine force that's moving this forward. Having this rider here has faith that doesn't question it, that these horses are moving it forward, even though if you were to physically look at it, no, they're not. They're not attached to what's driving this carriage. So what I'm getting from this for a lot of you is just needing to have faith that you can do this. You do have the resiliency to get through this. And you already know how to work hard. Maybe even on yourself. But there's something that you are not being honest with yourself about. And this is asking you to really dive deep and Stop it. Why are you lying? Why? So the energy that needs to be cleared here in order for the best outcome. This is the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is all about being out in the cold, being destitute, being without. So I think for most of you, a lot of you, whatever is causing this disappointment, you're feeling, maybe you've forgotten what it feels like to be in the sun. To feel, but you remember the memory, right? And that's why you're feeling disappointed. Maybe there has been some loss. For too long, or disappointment for too long, and so you're just feeling like blessings or the good stuff doesn't exist for you, and that's not true at all. So needing to get out of this idea or way of being of lack. And I think for a lot of you, that lack is coming from whatever the story is that's going on, whatever this story is telling, whatever your story is telling, that is what is producing that lack. Did somebody tell you at some point in your life that you couldn't do something? You know, did a teacher or a family member, friend tell you that you weren't worth something that you are worth? Well, those are all things that I know you're going to figure out when you stop trying to connect with the outside world here and start connecting with yourself. Once you meet who you truly are and what you truly are, it's going to be easy to release this. But this is an effect of not being in alignment with yourself. You're not being authentic with yourself. You're living somebody else's version of you. You just decided to carry the baton, to keep it going. So stop doing that. You deserve so much more than that. All right, Aquarius, I really hope that this was helpful for you. If it resonated with you, please like, share, comment, subscribe. I'd love to take you on this journey with me. And I am absolutely trying to build this channel, so I need help from people like you. Please consider helping me out there. If you enjoyed this message, I am going to get my weekly reads out here in the next couple days for the week of the 9th, and then just going forward there, I'll have those available for you. Feel free to watch your sun, moon, and rising and Venus to get maybe a larger picture of what's going on here. These monthlies are going to be a little bit longer. The weekly videos won't be quite as long, but I really wanted to get in depth here and get to the nitty-gritty of what's going on for the eclipse season for you. So you can do this. Be kind to yourself, but be firm with yourself too. This is your time to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. And yeah, you got this. Love you, Aquarius. We'll see you soon.